Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back in action. This is our brother Abdul who is now live from Nairobi. I'm here in a position to help you, to take you through questions of paper one. Most probably, if you can remember, or if you know that tomorrow will be paper one mathematics and paper one chemistry. So it's through my personal initiative or through my personal effort to take you through these questions that may hurt you during national exam, okay? Guys, make sure you catch up with me because we want to tackle paper one questions, okay? Remember in our previous class we have discussed about paper one questions based on volume and ratio. Make sure you look also you go out there and watch those videos of us because they're gonna help you guys. I'm sure 100% when you go to question B, you will encounter volume, you will also encounter what ratio of 10 marks. Then most probably today we are going to discuss about gradient, which is must in KCSE paper one for your information, okay? I hope you can now go with me. Okay, let's go without wasting time, guys. Let's go, guys, okay? I'm here always to help you without my service being rendered, okay? Let's go now, okay? It will help you, of course, I know. Tomorrow we will be doing paper one as I told you, and paper one will have, for your information, you must know how the paper itself is framed during national exam, okay? And tomorrow the paper will be having, we have 25 question. No, we'll be having 24 questions. From question 1 to 16, 14 of them will be carrying 3 marks. So 14 times 3 is 42. 2 will be carrying 4 marks. So 4 times 2, 8, plus 42, 50 marks. Then when you go and proceed to question 2, part B, that is section B, you'll be having 8 questions, okay? In those 8 questions, you'll be told to select 5 of them. You see how mathematics is very fair. You will select 5 of your level, okay? 5 of which you can solve them, okay? Now what are you waiting? So among those 8 are the likes of pairing. We have also, remember, construction. We will be having most probably gradient. We will be having volume, ratio. You see now, if possibility allows, statistics of form 2 also. You will be also tested with the surface area of maybe cone or frustum or pyramid, okay? Rectangular based pyramid, square based pyramid. So if you have problem with those things, they are there in my YouTube channel. But today we'll be discussing about possible paper 1 question. Question 17 most probably, or question 18, because this is how they frame during national exam. When they, in question 18, when they give us question 18, when they give us volume, in question 17, that is the start of section B, we'll be having gradient. So those two are framed interchangeably, just understand, okay? Now, without wasting time, we are going to discuss about this one today, which is also paper 1 question, okay? We'll be discussing about this one for your information, guys, okay? Gradient and equations of a straight line. Of what? Straight line, okay? This is what we're going to discuss, guys. Gradient and equation of a straight line. Let me make the whiteboard very clear so that you capture the title, okay? Okay, gradient and equation of a straight line, okay? This is what we're going to discuss. And I'm sure 100%, yeah? I'm sure 100%, guys, it will be carrying 14 marks tomorrow. Believe you me, this will carry 14 marks. Because in section A, we'll be having a gradient, a question from a gradient which will be carrying 4 marks. Yeah, of course, yes. And when you go to question, section B, 100%, I'm sure 100% for you, that a question of 10 marks always comes in every KCSE paper 1, okay? So what are you waiting, guys, okay? Now, generally, this chapter is very, very welcoming, very, very easy, okay? Very, very hospitable. But what matters is, are you really grabbing the right information here? Okay, the right knowledge. Okay. Now let's see that gradient is gotten as gradient. Okay. Gradient, which is abbreviated as G, is gotten as change in y coordinates change in y coordinates divided by change in x coordinates, okay? Change in x coordinates. Look at this. So this seems to be very complex. I will simplify it for you, okay? Very, very well covered. Look at this one. So we can say gradient is equal to, look here, gradient is equal to, we can say this, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So I will explain to you what this y2, y1, and x1 we are talking about are, okay? Now let's go ahead. We will see our first example, then from there we are going to tackle questions of 10 marks, okay? Questions from a familiar and the likes of what? And the likes of spotlight, okay? And the likes of what? Spotlight, okay? Now let's see how to get gradient. Remember, during a normal exam or in an exam, you can be asked to get the gradient, okay? The gradient will help you, okay? Very, 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 very easy, okay? So here, assume now you have these 2 points. Look here. Let's say we have 3, 5. This is now assume here. Assume then we have P as a 5, 9. Okay? I want to get the gradient of these 2 points. Okay? Let's assume now these are the 2 points given. Okay? And when 2 points are given, there are 2 possible questions that can come. Okay? Because when you have 2 points, you can get the gradient of those 2 points. Okay? You can also get the equation. Okay? The equation of those 2 points. Okay? The equation of the straight line. Okay? Joining the 2 points. Now, in such situation or scenario, when you have 2 points, what you're gonna do is that right here x1. In the first point, we have x1 and y1. In the second point, we have x2 and y2. Just understand this. Very, very well coming. So you write on top of x value x1 of the first point, on top of y value of the first point y1. So here x2, y2. So if I want to get the gradient, don't forget that gradient is gotten as, or gradient was however you pronounce. Okay, we don't bother because you're learning mathematics here. We don't bother that. Y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Okay, don't forget that this is x2 minus x1. Okay, don't forget that. So here, assume I have this one. So I'm going to say my gradient is y2 is what? 9 minus y1, which is 5, divided by x2, which is 5 minus 3. So this will give me 4 divided by 2. So finally my gradient will be 2. Just answer that. Okay? This is my gradient. Assume these are the 2 points given. Okay? Now let's go ahead and see how this concept of mathematics is framed during national exam. Okay? Let me get the book for us. Just a minute. Okay? Just a minute. Okay, this is the chapter now. Now we'll tackle questions from the KLP. Then I will show you how these questions are framed during national exam. Remember, we are going to take almost 2 hours, okay, to match this thing completely, okay. Now let's get this one. Let's follow the instruction. Yeah? I hope you have the right information now. That gradient is gotten as y1, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. I want to have this part, yeah? But don't forget that gradient, G, is gotten as, let me write that one here. Gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, okay? Don't forget that, please, because this will help you, I'm sure 100% at the end of what? The end of this course, okay? Now let's solve this one, okay? This one you have it. Find the gradients. Let's see the first example. Example 1, you're told find the gradients of the lines passing, okay, of the lines passing through the following pairs of points. Through the following pairs of points, okay? Through the following pairs of points. Now let's see this one. Okay, let's see this one. We have the first one as question A. We have A, open the bracket. We have 3. Look at this one. We have 3, 2. Then we have b as negative 1, 1. So what are we going to do? Okay? Bear witness here. What are we going to do? We have 2 points. And we are told what? To get the gradient. So this is how we are going to solve such kind of questions. We'll have x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to say gradient g is equal to y2 minus, use the formula, y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which is equal to 1 minus 2. Remember your y2 is 1, don't forget. Minus y1, which is 2, divided by x2 negative 1 minus 3. So this will give me, if you are with me, this will give me 1 minus 2 is what? 1 minus 2 is negative 1, divided by negative 4. Minus 1 minus 3. So it will be minus 4. So this will give us finally 1 out of 4 because cancel these two negatives, yeah? Just understand. So this is how you're going to get the gradient of that line for your information, okay? Now let's see this one. Let's see question B. Let's see this one, guys. We have C, point C, 7, 2, comma. We have D again as 4, 3. So what are we going to do again? We will write on top of this point x1, y1, then x2, y2. So I'm going to say gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which is equal to 3 minus 2 divided by 4 minus 7. Take your time. So it will be 1 over negative 3. Remember again, the n cannot carry negative. So give the negative to the none. So it will be negative 1 out of 3. So this is how gradient is gotten, okay? Remember we are starting from the fundamental, yeah? From the basic knowledge, okay? Then we'll move ahead. Okay, that's how we are going to get the gradient of a line given 2 points, okay? That's how we are going to get the gradient of a line given 2 points, okay? Now let's see how to get the gradient of a line given the equation of a line, okay? Given equation, okay? Getting the gradient. So say now, let's say this one, yeah? Let's say like this. Gradient given an equation. Okay, now let's see this one. Gradient given an equation, okay? How are we going to tackle such kind of questions now? Here, if I want to get the gradient of a line whose equation is given, there's one condition, okay? The condition here is that we need to write the equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So when you write the equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c, your m will be the gradient, okay? This is how we are going to write our equation here. Y is equal to, look here, we are going to write like this. Y is equal to mx plus c. That means we are going to make our y the subject of the formula. So after writing the equation in this format, this will be the gradient, okay? Just understand. Our gradient will be m, okay? While this one we call it the y-intercept, where the line cuts the y-axis for information. Okay, I know this class will not be enough, so I must be posting another video before the end of the day, okay? Just understand, guys. Now let's see examples from such situations, okay? Now let's see the first example. Let's see this example, please. Okay, let's go. You are told find the gradient of each of the following lines. Find the gradients of each of the following lines. Find the gradient of each of the following lines. So the first one we are having is this one. And we have y is equal to a half x plus 3. Okay? Look at this one. Y is equal to a half x plus 3. Okay? Then how are we going to tackle such kind of questions, okay, in KCSE? That is what we are discussing today. Remember our topic of discussion is KCSE paper 1 questions, okay? Don't forget that. So now I hope you are with me. Check whether the equation is written in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Because we said for you to get the gradient of a line whose equation is written, whose equation is given, rewrite the equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Your m will be the gradient. So when you look at this equation is already written in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So already I'm going to say this is mx plus c. So gradient is equal to half. The coefficient of x is our gradient, don't forget. Let me write it full. So our gradient is what? 1 out of 2 for your information. 1 out of 2 or half, okay? Our gradient is half. Let me write that in full, please. I know this pen is not, okay, let me use this one. We have a lot of ribbons here, okay? Gradient is equal to half, okay? That is the final answer, guys, okay? Because our equation is already written in the form y is equal to mx plus c. We therefore don't need to write in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, now let's see this one. What about this one? Look at this one. 3y minus 4x is equal to 5. Let's see this one. Okay, let us see this one, please. So this equation is not written in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So we're going to say, take this one to the other side, yeah? Coming to the solution. We have 3y minus 4x is equal to 5. Take this one to the other side. So we'll be having 3y is equal to 4x plus 5. All over 3, all over 3, all over 3, cancel. So y is equal to 4 out of 3x plus 5 out of 3. So our gradient is what? So our gradient g is equal to 4 out of 3. Just understand. You need to write the equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, let's see one more example, then we proceed to perpendicularity, okay? Let's see this one. We have question C, we'll be having a third x plus 1 out of 4y is equal to 1 out of 12. Look at this one. Look at this one. So under such situation, when you have fractions, what you're going to do is you'll multiply throughout by the LCM, okay? Let's multiply throughout by the LCM. So what is the LCM of 3, 4, and 12? That's 12. So come here, solution. We are having 1 out of 3x plus 1 out of 4y is equal to 1 out of 12. Our LCM is 12. Times 12, times 12, times 12. By 3, 1, by 3, 4. So this is 4x plus, this is 3, yeah? 3, 1. It's equal to, by 12, 1, by 12, 1. So it's equal to 1. It's equal to 1. Look at that. It's equal to 1. It's equal to 1. Okay? So now what are we going to do? We will take this one to the other side. We will have 3y is equal to minus 4x, because this 4 is positive on this side. On the other side, it will be what? It will be negative. Okay? Just understand. It will be negative. Plus 1. Then divide both sides throughout by the coefficient of y. Okay? Cancel this thing. So y is equal to negative 4 out of 3x plus a third, okay? So look at this one now. So what are we going to do? We are expected to get the gradient, is it? Yeah. So we are going to say gradient is equal to negative 4 out of 3. That is the final answer for your information, okay? That is the final answer. I hope you are writing. Make sure you write this thing, yeah? Finish writing, please. Okay, let's go. Finish writing, please. I can see this regression of light, but we don't bother, man. So far, you're getting the right information, okay? And we are still dealing with a question of 3 marks for your information. God willing, we are going to see a question of 10 marks, God willing, from KCSE, okay? This is how you're going to get the gradient of a line given an equation, okay? Given the equation of the line, this is how you're going to get the gradient of the line for your information, guys. I hope it's very, very easy and very, very welcoming, okay? Now, after that, we have learned how to get the 2 ways of getting the gradient of the line. One time given 2 points, another time given the equation of a line. So this time we are going to learn how to get, just understand, yeah? How to get the equation of the line, okay? How to get the equation of the line is what you're going to see, guys, for your information. Okay, this interruption I can see with the network, but we will go ahead, okay? Let's go. This interruption with the network, okay? But we can still go ahead, okay? I don't know what's wrong with this network. Sorry for the interruption. Sorry for the interruption, guys. I think we can go ahead. Okay, let's go. Nairobi, you know, we have problem with electricity. We have problem with the Wi-Fi. I don't know why, but but through this, I think through this thick and thin, through this difficulty, we can achieve our goals. Okay, let's go, guys. We're online. This time we are going to learn how to get the equation. Okay, the equation given 2 points. Okay, how to get the equation given 2 points. Let's go. How to get the equation given 2 points. Okay, let's see that. Let's go, guys. Remember, we are struggling to get or to grab marks from our markers, okay? Our national exam markers and setters, okay? We need to grab marks from them, okay? These guys are very good guys, okay? It's only that we are not learning mathematics well in high school. That's what's causing the problem, okay? But the setters have not got a problem with us, okay? They are giving us the right questions with the right information. It's only our capability and ability now to give them the right feedback, okay? Now let's go. We are going to run equations given 2 points. Equations. Let's say equation of a line. Equation of a line given 2 points. Given what? Given 2 points. Okay, how are we going to get the equation of a line when we have 2 points? Again, that's what we are going to discuss about for your information, guys, okay? Now let's go ahead and see that, okay? How to get the equation of a line given 2 points, okay? Given what? Given 2 points. Now let's see that. Let's see that, please. Let's see that, okay? You are told, example 1, look at this one. You are told, find the equation of the lines passing through the given points. Find the equation of the line passing through the given points. Through the given points, okay? Then we'll be having our points here. Let's go, guys. I think we have problem with the network, but there's no problem. You can still go ahead. Now let's see this one. We have a 0, 0. We have a 0, 0, comma. B, we have a 1, 3. 1, 3. So when you want to get the equation of a line given 2 points, this is the procedure. I just understand. The first thing you're going to do is get the gradient, okay? You're going to get the gradient of the line, okay? And you have learned, of course, this thing. Now we are going to say, without wasting time, coming to the solution. We have a